How you going? Hope you've been having a rad one. It's been a long time no see. Well, you can see me, but I can't see you. I haven't been posting here on YouTube in a little while. It's because I've been pretty flat out, been busy, lots of stuff going on. Me and my fiance Holly were starting up our own photography business called H&S Photography. I'll leave the links down below so you can go check that out. Right at this moment, we're just trying to get things going, buying all the stuff that we need to get set up for the business, and we're just trying to build a clientele, get our portfolio going. But yeah, I've still been doing plenty of photo shoots. Unfortunately, at this moment, I actually have some time at home where I can put this video together. But unfortunately, I am home because I'm what they call a close contact here. Bad news. My fiance Holly, she caught the vid, man. She caught the vid. She caught the COVID, bro. So she's been pretty fucking crook, dude. So I've been looking after her. Me and my two daughters, we're in lockdown with her. We're not allowed out the house or anything. So I've just kind of been holding down the fort here, taking care of Holly and the kids. But yeah, times like this, it's pretty late at night. They're all pretty much in bed. They're asleep. So gives me a bit of time to do some YouTube work right here. So what we're going to be doing today, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the usual vlog that I do. It's just because when we went out on this shoot, it was for a client and I didn't want to waste too much time in getting B-roll of myself taking photos and stuff. So my fiance Holly did help me out and she filmed some B-roll for me, but it wasn't quite as enough as we needed. So this will be a different kind of video. Basically, we're just going to be showing you the video footage and I'll be talking over the top of it and we'll be cutting away to some photos and I'll just be explaining the actual process of how this photo shoot went. Alright, it's 1:46, got to meet up with the band at 2 o'clock. So we just got to the city, so go for a bit of a walk, meet these boys, and then figure out where we're going to go and take some photos, dude. So this photo shoot, got in touch by a local band here in Adelaide called Back After Dark. You can go check them out on Instagram. I'll leave their link also down below. They contacted me and wanted some promo shots, I guess, for their band. So they got some new members and they just wanted some new photos so they could post on their social media and stuff like that. So I went out and I met the boys all in the city. The photo shoot was around 2:30 in the afternoon. I think it was about 2 o'clock. Holly and I rocked up about 10-15 minutes early just to try and suss out some our first location where we're going to meet up. We met up with the boys. Ideally, I would not like to shoot at this time of the day just because the sunlight is so harsh, which did the harsh lighting did kind of get us in the first location, but after we moved on from the first location, it was okay because we were in the city and the buildings obviously were casting was taking out the harsh lighting. So yeah, I met up with the boys. The first location we went to was just across the street from the Adelaide Uni where we met. It was just this black marble wall. I thought I could get some good photos there. I really liked the marble. I wanted to go kind of for like a reflection shot of the boys next to the wall. I wanted them so it would kind of look like a V. So the boys would be here, but then their reflections would be here. Kind of like a flying V from the Mighty Ducks, if you will. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite get that. Mostly because I could not see a goddamn thing because the light was so harsh, man. It was horrible lighting. I ended up just getting them against the wall. Got some decent enough photos there. It wasn't my favorite photos from the day. The location was, yeah, it was okay. I would like to go and shoot there, probably like when the light's not so harsh. But yeah, I got some decent photos. got them against the wall, got them like changing positions and stuff. Not much to say. The boys took a little while to warm up, I guess, because like not everyone's models, they don't know how to position themselves or anything, so you could really see the nerves in the beginning of all the photos that we were getting, but as the shoot progressed, the boys warmed up and then they got into like their full model mode, which was good. So from the first location, we moved on into the city where we were trying to kind of look for some cool spots to take photos of. As we were walking, I looked over to my left and there was this cool alleyway, and just as it caught my eye, I could hear the boys in the background thinking to themselves or saying to themselves like, oh, that would be a really good place to shoot. So we walked over into the alleyway. It looked really cool. It was nice and grungy. It was like brick, gravel, graffiti. It's pretty much what you would want when you were taking photos of a rock band. It's pretty much your typical rock band photo shoot, if you will. So we got in the alleyway, we took some photos, and this is where I feel like the boys really started to get into their own. They started warming up, and me as a photographer, I started to get into my groove. Because you know, if you're a photographer, when you start doing a shoot, the first bunch of photos you're gonna take are pretty much gonna turn out fucking... But as the shoot progresses, your photography gets better. It's a warming up period. Most people go through it. We all did on this day, but I felt like when we're in this alleyway is when the photos I really wanted to get started popping. So from the beginning of the shoot and inwards into the alleyway, I was shooting on the Canon and I was using the nifty 50, the 50mm, but that was kind of punching in too close, and I needed to walk all the way back just to try and get photos. So from then, like, Holly brought her, oh god, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Holly brought a Nikon, and I used it. And you know what? It was actually, it was okay, you know? She had the 35mm on it, which wasn't punched in so close as the 50mm. But I've never used the Nikon before, so it took me a few minutes just to get used to the settings and stuff. But once I had it set and I was ready to go, I got some bangers, I reckon. So I was jumping up on the big bins that they have there. I was hoping my fat ass wasn't gonna fall inside of them or I'd fall off and break my neck. I was going behind the fence trying to get photos of the boys. I was tipping water all over the ground trying to get a reflection shot, even though it was stinking hot that day and the floor was not made for a reflection shot. It was gravel. It wasn't gonna work, but it made the floor look darker, which kind of made the photo pop, I guess. One of the photos I did, I was taking a lot of photos after I poured the water on the ground. There was like these white, I don't know, paint marks, or kind of looks like, you know, bird crap, if you will. It just, this slime sludge stuff. Ended up taking that into Photoshop and just taking that out with, I think it was like the clone tool. I just got rid of that and the photos turned out good. But yeah, the photos come up really good. I love the brick wall. I love the buildings towering behind them. They're in the element. We're getting some great poses. And yeah, that was probably my favorite part of the shoot. And then from there, we moved further into the city. We moved on to one of the main roads in Adelaide because I wanted to get this long exposure shot of a bus going past the boys as they stood as still as they could. I asked them, I said, you need to stay as still as possible for this to work. Just trying to get a long exposure shot of the boys. Gonna get the bus in the background. So the slower shutter speed, it's actually gonna make the bus sort of see-through and transparent. It'll look really good. So when I got the photo of the long exposure, I got the boys to stand there as still as they could. And then I put the shutter speed, I think it was, I can't remember now, it was like a 5 to 10 second shutter speed. And as the bus drove past, we could sort of get that see-through transparent look behind them of the bus going. You can see now in the photo. That took ages because every time a bus would come, we were right by a traffic light and the light would go red, so the bus would pretty much just stop right in front of us so we wouldn't get that motion. So we stood there for about, I think it was about 20 minutes trying to get the one shot of the long exposure of a bus. This I would have preferred to do at night time, obviously, because it wouldn't have been so, the sky wouldn't have been so overexposed. Plus we would have got some like rad lighting from the bus, the inside lights of the bus and the brake lights and the tail lights, everything going past. It really would have made that photo pop. But for what we got, I reckon it was pretty cool. I reckon it could be like a picture of like an album cover, probably from a 90s rock metal band. But yeah, the shoot, it took about, I reckon we were shooting for about 2 hours, so the shoot went for about 2 hours. It did not feel like 2 hours. I was having that much fun. It felt like it was about half hour, maybe 45 minutes. But yeah, so I got some good photos of the boys. My favorites were definitely from the alleyway. So I want to thank the boys from Back After Dark. I will leave their Instagram handle down in the description below so you can go check them out. The only thing I regret not doing on the day, I don't know why I'm doing this, man. I would have liked to got portrait shots of each of the members. Obviously, because it was going for 2 hours, the boys need to run off because their rehearsal space, they had to run off and obviously go practice in their rehearsal studio. But yeah, I would have definitely liked to got portrait shots of each of the members. You know, there's always time again, I guess, maybe in the future to get that done. But yeah, I had a rad time. It was first time shooting an actual band. It was first time shooting, you know, I think like 4 people together. So, you know, had a great time. I reckon I got some fucking pretty decent photos. You can go check them out at my Instagram and our business Instagram, H&S Photography. So yeah, that was this video. It was kind of a little bit different than what I'm used to doing on this. Why am I doing so? I'm doing this so much, man. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video. I know it was a bit different, so hopefully I'll get some more videos coming out in the future, hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, thanks for checking me out. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you want to, hit the thumbs up because that helps me in the YouTube shitty algorithm. And yeah, thanks for checking me out, and I'll see you next time. Have a rad one.